Hey folks, today we're taking a look at the latest app from AudioKit Pro. It's Viral Synth. In this video, we'll explore the inspirations behind the app, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of its features, and we'll finish up with playing through a bunch of presets, including ones from the Moby Pixel bank. Let's get started! Let's begin by taking a look at the synth that inspired Viral Synth, the Access Virus. The Virus was made by Access Music, a German company founded by Christoph Kemper in 1997, the same Kemper who later created the Kemper profiling amp. The Virus is digital but analog inspired, meaning it uses digital signal processing to emulate analog circuitry. At the time of its release, it was one of the first synths to truly capture the warmth and characteristic of analog gear. It became a staple in electronic music throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, used by notable artists like Depeche Mode, The Prodigy, 9 Inch Nails, and Linkin Park. The sound the Virus is best known for are its huge pads, aggressive leads, and dark ambient textures. But its secret weapon is the Super Saw oscillator, which stacks multiple detuned saw waves for a massive sound. The Access Virus TI series was the final version of the Virus, and it continues to have a cult following to this day. Kemper remains to be a big name in the guitar amp and pedal emulation space, but the hardware synth line appears to be on pause indefinitely. And that all brings us to Viral Synth, AudioKit Pro's latest synth inspired by the Access Virus TI series. Here's a quick walkthrough of the app, and we'll follow it up with our presets demo. If you're familiar with other AudioKit Pro synths, then you'll feel right at home with this. On the main screen, there's a visualizer along with a low-pass filter and effects. New to this synth are the quick toggle buttons on the bottom of the visualizer. Next is the oscillator tab with two voices that let you choose either traditional waveforms or the built-in PCM sound sampled from the actual Virus hardware. The T2X bank is mostly wavetable sounds, and the XL bank features more designed, post-process sounds. There's also a sub and noise oscillator plus stacked unison voices for each oscillator. The Envelope tab includes both an amplitude and filter envelope. The Effects tab comes next with a variety of effects including a new phaser and FM drop. After that, there's the LFO section where you can target almost any parameter in the app for modulation. Next, we have the Sequencer tab, which includes AudioKit's built-in sequencer and another new feature, the Transgate. Then we have a bonus tab with an arpeggiator and additional effects. And finally, there's an XY pad. So this has all the features we've come to expect from an AudioKit Pro synth and more. But enough talking, let's hear how it sounds. The app includes over 500 presets from various sound designers. For this demo, I'll play through a handful of presets from the main bank A, Brice Beasley's bank, and finish up with some presets from the Moby Pixel bank. and finally, the Moby Pixel bank. And that's it. Let me know down in the comments if you'll be picking this app up and if you have any experience with the Access virus. And
feed the algorithm.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.